This is a 2015 Mercedes-AMG CLA 45 and this is how we remember the CLA model. And 11 years on, Mercedes has launched this, the Mercedes CLA BEV, and it's a complete transformation to how we remember the CLA to be. So is it any fun? There are always some key design elements to the CLA. The CLA is always known to have a swoopy rear end to make it kind of look like a coupe at the back. You also get the aggressive AMG bumper since this is the CLA 45. You also get the aggressive looking AMG wheels, and the interior also is very special with the AMG sports bucket seats, the AMG steering wheel and a bunch of Alcantara. But the real reason that this thing is the real pocket rocket is because of what's underneath the hood. Under the hood of the CLA 45 AMG, you find a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine which is hand-built in Affalterbach, Germany. This car's stock makes 355 horsepower, but this is a tuned car. It's running a full stage 2 setup, everything with a carbon fiber intake, a full system FI exhaust and an ECU plus TCU tune from eTuners Motorsport, and this car should be making over 400 horsepower. And the best part is you can put all of that power down because this car is all-wheel drive with a dual clutch gearbox. The new CLA BEV still has that CLA DNA that you can see in that car. It's just more of an evolution in this car. You still get the swoopy back end, and the funny part nowadays is that you don't even have to buy the AMG to get the AMG treatment. This car comes standard with the AMG bumpers, the AMG wheel and a slightly different AMG-esque interior as well. Overall, both cars look fairly similar. It looks like an evolution, like I said. That over there is Charmander, this over here is Charizard. And the silhouettes of both cars are very similar as well. And overall, like it or not, this is how it's gonna look. And instead of a fire-breathing 2-liter 4-pot, you get nothing in the CLA BEV. Instead, you get a 30-liter frunk, which has apparently been revived after 90 years in the Mercedes lineup. And this car is based on a skateboard architecture. So basically, the battery and the motors are all in the underbody of the car. And this is a modular chassis as well. That makes the handling of the car really nice because the center of gravity is super duper low. And one key difference that the CLA has gotten with this new EV variant is CLAs of old have always been predominantly front-wheel drive cars. But this new CLA BEV is now rear-wheel drive, which makes me think, can a EV CLA actually be fun? So is the new CLA BEV fun to drive? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question in this video because I'm in the heart of Bangalore, stuck in some crazy traffic from time to time. But one thing I can tell you is that it does feel like a nimble kind of compact car. Mercedes has done a great job in making sure that this car still feels like the previous generations of CLA. It still does feel like a pocket rocket. All of the batteries and the motors are beneath my feet, so the center of gravity is super low. And this car is rear-wheel drive, making 270 plus horsepower. So it is pretty fast. Pop it into sports mode using the dynamic select button and this car can pin you to the back of the seat. And it is pretty fun once you're accelerating. It also gets a couple of different regenerative braking modes, intelligent, strong, medium and low. And you can do 1-foot driving in this car very comfortably. Apart from that, the steering wheel itself has no feedback because, well, it's electronically assisted. You can basically make the car drive itself if you wanted to. It does get adaptive cruise control, it gets blind spot assist, it gets active brake assist, which almost gave me a heart attack because it did that. Hey yo. Apart from that, well, the interior is pretty nice. You get these AMG kind of sports seats. You get the nice AMG style steering wheel with red stitching, a flat bottom. You get a new infotainment system in the middle, which is pretty good to use. But again, like most manufacturers nowadays, all of the climate control is embedded in the screen, which is super annoying to use. But the screen itself has great graphics. It is a little glitchy here and there once it goes into that park, or like the sensors, when the sensors start beeping, it just like glitches out. It doesn't go out of that menu for some reason. Maybe it's a problem only in this car, but that is super annoying, and Mercedes genuinely needs to change that. This car doesn't come with like a start stop button. Instead, you just hop in the car, put it into drive and drive off. So yeah, that's new. And the interior is pretty swanky in that way. It does feel expensive. The quality of materials is pretty decent, and I'm guessing because it's a new car, it still doesn't have any sort of rattles, but overall the build quality of this new Mercedes-Benz CLA is pretty good. I don't think they have compromised on the quality of materials or the way that the car has been put together, which is a big thumbs up. Apart from that, the screen over here in front, graphics are great, and if you put it in this particular configuration, it is pretty good. You have all the information that you want, but it has lost that Mercedes-Benz customization that other Mercedes get. This CLA BEV has only two different configurations for the instrument cluster. One is this, the other one is this kind of like, I don't know what even is this. I mean, why would you want this? Not too sure. Maybe it's for, like the adaptive cruise control and all of that. But yeah, I wouldn't keep it in this mode whatsoever. I'd much rather have this tack and this range and all of that. You have a couple of different modes in that as well. So yeah, overall the interior is very nice, but to drive, not the most exciting. Again, this car has a 2-speed transmission, which is a first for a Mercedes-Benz EV, but you can feel the car transitioning from first gear to second gear once you get up to cruising speed. First gear is for, well, low speed urban conditions, and the second gear is for high speed cruising capabilities. And yeah, you can feel that shift happen from time to time, but it's pretty much seamless, and if you're not a car guy, you won't even feel it. This car gets the Indian spec suspension, so I think the car is a little bit raised. The suspension might be a little bit softer, so it's more, tuned for Indian conditions. And I have to say, the suspension is pretty comfortable. Although it still has a hint of sportiness, which is kind of a trademark for the CLA. It has to be a little sportier when it comes to the suspension, and I think the suspension is perfect for Indian conditions. Not going to complain about that. As for the rear wheel drive characteristic of the car, I haven't been really able to push it in that sense, but I have seen some videos from other publications where you can kind of pop its tail out a little bit, so that's a first. So if you want to do some spirited driving, well, you can kind of drift in the Mercedes-Benz CLA. Overall, yeah, I mean, even in the presentation and all of that, they were raving about, how this is the most intelligent Mercedes-Benz car to ever come out. It has like a chipset from Nvidia. It has a liquid-cooled supercomputer. In fact, it has 4 supercomputers according to Mercedes-Benz. It has a new 800-volt architecture which it's built on, and this skateboard kind of chassis is, well, a modular chassis, so other Mercedes-Benz car will slowly start incorporating this new architecture in their chassis as well. And I mean, it was more about the AI and the computing power of this car and less about, what they've actually done with it. So yeah, they're more proud of the tech that the car has more than the car itself, which says a lot because, well, in terms of driving, yeah, there's not much to it. I mean, it's like any other Mercedes-Benz EV that you can buy. Although you can put it in sports mode, and this car can do the 0 to 100 kph sprint in 6.7 seconds, which is pretty decent, I guess, for a car like this. But yeah, I mean, again, it's nothing special in terms of driving, but it is a good daily driver, if you know what I mean. But one thing that I have to give Mercedes credit for is the incredible range that this new Mercedes CLA has. They claim over 750 kilometers of claimed WLTP range, and I don't doubt them. I think so. I have driven this car more than 100 kilometers, and the journalist that had the car before us also probably has driven more than 100 kilometers, and it still shows more than 542 kilometers of maximum range in the most efficient mode possible. But if I'm currently driving in sport and it has 64% battery and it's still showing 381 kilometers of range in sports mode. So one thing is for sure, they have made this new 800 volt architecture, the battery, the motor and everything super efficient, and I have to say it is the first EV car that I've ever driven where I don't have range anxiety. And this is probably the only EV car, I mean I've not tested it yet, but it would probably be the only EV car which is suitable for going on long road trips. And they also have this kind of AI thingy in the infotainment system where you can tell the AI to kind of plan the route according to the charging stops and all, which is probably very convenient if you're an EV owner. But one thing is for sure, the range on this car is very impressive. Overall, the CLA BEV impresses with the powertrain that it has. 85.5 kilowatt hour battery, 200 kilowatts of peak power, 93% drivetrain efficiency and 792 kilometers of range. These figures are what make the CLA something to consider in the world of entry-level luxury cars. The car can get 400 kilometers of charge in around 20 minutes, which again just gives you more confidence to use the car. What I was not impressed with was the emphasis on AI and stuff people are genuinely never going to use. Most people won't use the Mercedes AI, nor is the Gen 6 ADAS of any use in India most of the time. Even though Mercedes claims that it has been developed for Indian conditions, clearly India has a long way to go. Let us know what you think about the new CLA BEV and if you would purchase it over something like the BMW 218i. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what you think and I'll catch you in the next one.